Hello there. Today we'll be doing Clash Royale. I'm gonna show you how to play with a whole bunch of terrible cards that you probably yourself could never win online with. That's right, I use gems. Fight me. Um, if you want more videos like this to show you how to play with different decks, subscribe and stuff. I don't really care about my I don't really care much about uh my trophy count because this game is not life. And instead of these, I will throw in these because they're better and they cost one extra elixir. So I am doing a few of these videos actually before you guys had seen it, and as you can see, I had lost twice and I won one of them. But still, that was with a different deck. So let's get started. And yeah, it gets really annoying because it started okay. So getting ready. Uh, for this deck, you want to keep pounding them over and over, Steven, until they subside and can't keep working anymore. You want to have that in your deck so that you can be minions yourself. If you're not familiar with my terminology, I call weak troops that have almost no health minions because they're not really troops, you know. Well, they are, but they're not as good as the rest. So I call them minions, because as you can see, minions die all quick. Oh, if I do not get the first hit of the game, I just stop trying. And so, oh, like I had been saying earlier, for every troop there's a counter. So for like the witch, the counter is a bomber, cause a bomber does excellent range damage and some pretty good normal damage. So watch, and it takes out the witch. I know I sent out goblins, but the bomber did most of the work. For that stuff, you could send out any flying troop to get rid of a skeleton army, arrows, or anything like that. But if you're so far in the game that you have to watch a video on how to use a deck like this, I think you would need to know that. Normally, I wouldn't be saying this stuff, but still. Um, so yeah, deck gets so much better when you get elixir so much faster. Yep. And then you send out a bomber because a bomber is fucking OP in this game. Yeah, I said that a bomber is OP in this game. Well, its health is terrible, but still. And then you send out one of those. After this, I'll show you how to play two lanes if you guys are unfamiliar with how to play two lanes and you're just bad at playing two lanes. I'll show you how to play two lanes so that you can be more effective in the later arenas. Because if you're in the lower arenas, it doesn't really matter how many lanes you play, but later on in the game, the amount of lanes you play really helps. I'll do another video on that. That's a tower, and then you send out another musketeer. You just keep going and going until they start losing, and then the moment they start losing, you keep going more and more, no homo. Basically, keep hitting them till they die. It's kind of like a terrible game. And I love it when they misfire spells because it's so funny. And then they think that they got it, but they don't. You just keep hitting them over and over until they die. Oh, this person's unlucky because they do not seem to have arrows. So, oh, but this deck works the same way. If they have arrows, you need to hit them harder than you normally are. So right now, this is trivial. Ignore that. So right now, this is trivial. This is nonsense. This match itself is extremely easy. Like I said, keep pounding them over and over until you have what you want, which is a win. Sometimes you lose with this deck because the levels are not adequate enough for this deck, but that only did 300. Oh, match is over. Okay. Well, I don't really focus on the stuff like that. But levels help. This is my clan XX Kingdom XX. I'm not the leader of it. I was the leader of it, but then the leader, Toffee, took I had given him leader when I had left, and he never gave it back. So yeah. So getting started. This deck does not work online. Don't try it. It just doesn't work. This deck works. So this is how you play with this deck. This is a normal deck actually. Does not have arrows, but as you can see, we have plenty of counters to minions, as I refer to them. This is basically Rocket, like that other guy did. If you're in a pickle, Hog Ride will get you out of it. So let's try one round with that, and then this video is done. So Pika's Playground, Pekka's Playground. I never really got that. Some people call it Pekka, some people call it Pika. It's Pekka. I don't know why you call it Pika, because Pika is not adequate. So you never hold on to your cards. You hit it with that, and then you hit it with an air troop, because it only has one air defense troop, and then there is another counter to a witch, which is a Valkyrie, because it takes out all the skeleton she summons, and also does damage to her. I'm not taking first damage in this game. If I take first damage, I'm killing myself. No, I don't mean it like that. I took first damage. Okay, I guess I'll just have to try harder. This game is gonna get me mad. I'm gonna lose. I'm playing this deck. Might be too expensive, but it's not really that expensive. You just have to keep trying. He thinks that baby dragon is not a threat, which is funny because it is. Oh, this is how you play on 2 lanes. So when you have a goblin, you need to have a goblin on your deck for this. You just throw one down, and as you keep playing with the goblin, he got a tower. As you play with the goblin HUD, it keeps on sending out troops, which does a little bit of damage at a time. And when you feel like playing on that lane, you just play on that lane. So for now, I won't be playing on that lane because I'm trying to win. Oh, but the only way that so when big troops when troops like barbarians, which are hard to kill, get in the way, the goblin HUD keeps spawning goblins, which just makes it a horde of monsters or troops that cannot be taken down because there's so many in the back. Send out another goblin HUD because he got mad, so he just sent out a rocket. But same rules apply. Send out something with a lot of HP to deal with that, and send out the Valkyrie. This is how you play 2 lanes. After, wait for it, and then you send out this. You don't let him reload because reloads are dangerous. Oh, another way to take out a thing is just overpower it, which is fun, but not the correct way to do it. The correct way would just be to overpower it. Yeah, like I said, a Valkyrie overpowers it because it destroys its minions as soon as they spawn. So, and now this is going because I decided to play with 2 lanes. He cannot play 2 lanes because the deck is not designed to play 2 lanes. His deck is designed for 1 lane. So all I need is a W. Or the Hog Rider to hit it 1 more time. But you try to not have a giant non-winning push that's not on your side, because you will lose if you lose your push, because this deck is not a pushback deck. This deck is a keep pushing until I win deck. So you're trying to not to take damage. Good call. And see, 2 towers. If I had decided to, I could have eventually gotten the other tower. And yes, golden chest, yippee. That is a win. That's all of this for this week. If you guys want more videos, I'll set up more videos later. Next Sunday. Peace. Yep, and yep.